Merry Christmas, everybody. I know we're filming this for the Christmas premiere, and I'm just going to make a little kielbasa and sauerkraut mix up here. It's really good stick to your ribs wintertime food. It's good for potlucks if you're having people over for Christmas or any time during the year that you're having a lot of people. It makes a lot, so it really has a lot, and leftovers are really good too. So I'm going to get started. First thing I'm going to do is cut up some kielbasa.
How many are we using?
2.
And you can get any kielbasa that you like.
Right.
Any smoked sausage, ring.
Sometimes I get turkey, sometimes I get, this time I got beef. I usually get whatever's on sale, because that's who I am.
You're nothing if you're not thrifty. Unlike your wife, who is just downright cheap.
Hello, Spoto.
Hi, man. Have a seat. Sit down.
Oh, you're going to get involved today?
No, sir. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Yes, Mommy's good boy. Good. Okay, bye.
So what I like to do is cut it in half.
Hang on. Going down. Go ahead.
I like to cut it in half and put them up against each other, and I'll just try to kind of slice it on the bias.
And on the bias just means on an angle.
Yes.
There you go, sir. Good boy.
Just throw all that in there. The other one open up.
Now we do this typically in the slow cooker. Todd has done it on the stovetop before, and it kind of comes out just as good.
This doesn't. The reason why I like the slow cooker so much, you can have it. It's something you get to enjoy the smell all day long. Come on, Spoto, get down.
Down, sir.
Come on.
We don't
I can
need
do
a
this
sous.
by myself.
We don't need a sous chef. Come here. Come here. Hi. Hello.
I like to cook in the slow cooker. If I'm making it during the week and I just want to have a quick meal, then I'll make it on the stove. But if I want something like on a Sunday, which is today's a Sunday, I like to have it in a slow cooker because I get to enjoy the smell of it all day long. And I think I love meals that I can enjoy all day long. Cooking spaghetti sauce, cooking a ham, cooking turkey. It's a smell of the holidays.
And this is a great comfort food. And like Todd said, it sticks to your ribs and it makes a lot. So if you're having company over for New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, this makes a great dish. So next we're going to go ahead and put in the potatoes and the apples, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Got the potatoes already cut. I'm just going to drain them here. As much as I can out there.
And how many potatoes did you use?
That was probably, I think that was about 5 or 6 small potatoes.
Okay. And they're cut in cubes?
Yes.
Okay.
Just, half-inch cubes.
Okay.
It's going to be cooking for a long time. And this is 3 Granny Smith apples. Put them in there.
And they're also cut in about?
Yeah, about half-inch cubes.
Half-inch.
They're going to cook down to where you don't even know they're there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they'll soften up really nicely.
They just add a really nice flavor.
Yes. And this is what it's going to look like while you're...
I've got some bacon here I'm going to chop up.
There we go.
Sprinkle this around in there. I'm just going to rough chop it.
So you cook your bacon to where it's nice and crisp, and it makes it easier to chop up.
Yep.
And you'll just sprinkle that in there.
Spread it around nicely.
And how many pieces do you think you use?
I'll probably use about 4.
4 slices of bacon? Okay.
Might even be a little bit more than that. A little bit more.
A couple more? It's the holidays, right?
It adds a lot.
It really does add a nice flavor.
You get
It
that
gives it a little bit of
smokiness.
a, yes, a little bit of a smoky flavor. Which complements, believe it or not, friends, it complements the sauerkraut and everything really nicely.
Now everything is kind of layered in here. It's going to be probably about after the first hour things will start to settle in and I'll be able to come in and stir it and mix it all together. But at first I just kind of layer it in there and let it cook, let it do its thing.
Okay.
Now let me wash my hands so I can open that jar. Just help there.
Yeah, I won't be able to help you open the jar today because of my thumb, but
That's fine. Okay. We got plenty of ways we can skin this cat.
the struggle is real.
Yeah. This one's being a real
Pain. Is it in here or is it in the other drawer? The
The jar opener should
Yeah.
be there.
is that it?
Yep, that's it right there.
When all else fails.
This is actually a Craftsman and it's an automotive tool. Let me tell you, works for opening jars too.
We actually bought that specifically for the kitchen.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go, love. Thank
Sure.
you. All right. Now we're just going to pour sauerkraut juice and all right on top of there.
Do you need something to take out?
No, it's coming.
Okay.
Good. My hands are clean. I've washed them several times just doing this. So. There we go. Okay. Got that. Rinse my hands off. Got one last ingredient to go in there. This is up to you. You can use whatever apples you want. If you don't want bacon in there, you don't have to use the bacon. You can do anything you want with it. It's really easy. The last thing we put in here is I'm going to take a tablespoon and just sprinkle some brown sugar on top. It gives it a really nice sweetness. Don't worry if it chunks up a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. It's all going to melt down into it anyway.
Yeah, it'll melt down and you'll be stirring it in about an hour anyway.
Yep. Okay. Break it up a little bit.
There you go.
All right.
And you don't even need any water or anything, right?
No water.
Because you put a very large jar of
Yep, that's
the
all.
sauerkraut with the liquid from the sauerkraut in there too.
Yeah, all that juice is all going to go down in there. The great thing about crock pots is you can get away with a lot because it cooks slow.
It sure does. As a matter of fact, speaking of cooking slow in a slow cooker, what is your recommended time? So you'll want to cover it up.
Yeah, it's going to be covered and then it'll be about 6 hours. About 6 hours on high.
6 hours on high?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. And
There we go. 6 hours. See you then.
All right, so we're all set here. We're going to do a little cleanup in the kitchen, and we'll see you in about, I guess, 4 to 6 hours.
Yes.
And we'll keep checking on our stick to your ribs winter meal of sauerkraut and kielbasa. See you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, friends, we're back, and here is the finished product. Our kielbasa and sauerkraut with potatoes and apples in the slow cooker. And there is some bacon in there as well. And we like to serve ours with some fresh rolls. I think they go great with some fresh rolls as well. So we'll have rolls. And let's give this a try. It's been cooking for several hours now. And here we go. Take a potato first. Oh. That stick to your ribs. So I have a piece of apple, a little sauerkraut, and a little bit of the kielbasa. And let's see here. Maybe one more small piece of potato. There we go. A little of everything. There we are. Want some? Here you go. Enjoy. And here we go. Oh my God. So good. So good. Have you got any, honey?
Not yet.
Give it a try. It's delicious. That is really good. Now, friends, like Todd said in the beginning of the segment, there's many different ways that you can, put this together. I actually used to use a little bit of applesauce in mine when I made it, but Todd doesn't use that because he's diabetic, so he can't really take too much sweet. That's why he only put in a couple tablespoons of the brown sugar. But there's many different ways that you can do this. And it's just really so good. Stick to your ribs, a nice warm dinner on a cold winter's night. And it's just something that I think you'll enjoy. And you can even make it in the summertime as well. When you're using the slow cooker, especially in the summertime, it really works out well because you don't put any heat in the house. So it's very versatile for winter or summer. We just love it in the wintertime because it's a nice meal that you let cook all day long. You smell it cooking all day long, and it just is so delicious, especially on a Sunday afternoon when we're watching football. So we're going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of our stick to your ribs, kielbasa and sauerkraut, and I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy, safe, and healthy New Year. Take care and happy crafting, happy cooking.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
So friends, here we are. It's just before Christmas, and I had ordered an ornament that resembles our dog Spoto. However, Spoto is a pit bull mix, so he's not a full pit bull. I ordered a pit bull ornament, and this is what I got. Now, I'm going to insert a photo of what Spoto looks like. And this is not it. So we are going to take a little creative license, and we are going to repaint this little pooch to much more resemble what our little man Spoto looks like. So in order to do that, this is a resin ornament that I happen to get on Amazon, and his features
are very close to Spoto, but the color couldn't be farther off. Spoto is white, and he has tan spots on him. He's got one spot on his shoulder, and then his one eye is tan, but the other eye isn't. So we're going to go ahead and paint this little guy to match Spoto more. And Spoto's nose is not black. Spoto's nose is like a light tan and pink as well. So Spoto's eyes are like a light tan as well, but I'm not sure what I want to do with the eyes. I might try to paint the eyes as well. So what we're going to do is go ahead. First off, we need to coat him in a white color, and I have this white acrylic paint that I'll be using to give him a coat of white. I'm going to hopefully keep the color of the scarf and the hat the same. I like that red color. It's a really pretty color. However, I am going to paint over the rest of him, for the exception of his tongue. His tongue looks fine, so I won't touch that. So let's get started. All right, so I've never done this before. This is resin. As I said, I got this from Amazon, and I did see a review. Somebody also took a little artistic license because the dog that she bought was not exactly, didn't have the exact color matching as her dog. I don't know what breed it was that they got, but so she decided to paint it, and she said that acrylic paint, the resin took the acrylic paint just fine. So that's what I'm going to do here. It was easy when we got a resin ornament for Libby and a resin ornament for Jack. Jack was our black lab, and Libby was our Chihuahua, because, well, they were both purebreds. So, but our little man Spoto, he is a bit of a Heinz 57. His litter mates, when they were adopted, the folks that adopted them actually had DNA tests done. And he had two sisters. Well, he has two sisters. And they did DNA tests. They both did DNA tests because we were under the assumption that he had like Jack Russell Terrier and all this. But when we got him, he did not look anything like a Jack Russell Terrier. So before we had a chance to do any DNA testing, his sister's parents, adopted parents, did DNA testing and found that they are indeed a mix of a few different breeds. Of course, one is Pit Bull. The most prominent breed is Pit Bull, American Pit Bull. And there is some Terrier in there, and there's just a bunch of different breeds. So and that's fine, that we still love our little man. But when we had we didn't set up a Christmas tree last year because we were hit by a tornado just before Christmas. So we weren't even in our house until 2 days before Christmas. We were allowed back in. So we never even bothered to put up a Christmas tree. So this is technically Spoto's very first actual Christmas. And we have ornaments on our tree for each of our dogs. And of course, Spoto, he is our youngest. So we wanted to make sure that he was represented on our Christmas tree as well. So we hit the internet to try to find an ornament, and we knew it was going to be a tough go because, you know, he's not exactly a purebred. So we, after looking high and low, we found this particular ornament and read the reviews, and when I saw that somebody had painted theirs to look like their dog, I thought, well, I can do that. So here we are. And I thought I would just share this with you. Now, once I get this all coated in white, we'll go ahead and let it dry, and I might have to do another coat because that tan is quite dark that they used. So, and we have to cover every single bit. Gotta make sure. And even his paws aren't that dark black. Spoto's paws are a little bit lighter. So we'll make sure that we represent our little man as best as we can. So I thought I'd take you along on this little journey. See how we do. And we gotta get behind his little arm here. So like I said, we'll get the first coat on. We'll let that dry completely. And then we'll go ahead and may have to apply a second coat, seeing as, you know, just to see how the paint soaks into the resin will be a good factor, a good determination as to how many coats I have to put on to cover up the tan, because it is quite dark. But so far it's looking pretty good, pretty promising. I won't know the full story until it dries. So this will be a multi-step process. And that's okay. It's all worth it. I love doing stuff like this anyway. I hope you're enjoying the premiere. Todd and I have enjoyed making it. And of course Spoto too. So, and I hope you're enjoying everybody's premiere. It's such a fun thing to do, and I enjoy the community so much. There's so many great people in this crafting community. Here we go. And it's a lot of fun to see the different premieres and what everybody has filmed and created for everybody. Yes, Spoto is all white with just a few tan spots. He's got a little bit of a, at the base of his tail, he's got a little patch of tan. So we'll paint that in as well. And then he's got that little spot on his shoulder. And then his ears and around the one eye has a little tan coloration on it. So we'll see how close I can get. I've been very excited to do this. A little nervous, but very excited. There we go. Okay. This paint is kind of old, but I am not one to throw things away, so I am using it. I'll get right in here. Okay. Here we go. There we are. Looks like I have everything I need on this portion. And now I'm going to paint the head. There we go. Okay. So we'll get in here. And I might use a little bit of, excuse me just a second. Let me just grab that. Might grab a really fine tooth, not a fine tooth, but a fine tip. Let me see, this one might be a little bit finer, yeah. Okay, let's see. I don't want to. Go. I don't want to get too much on that scarf. Oh, I see I missed the very tip of his tail. There we go. I don't want to get too much of the scarf, so I have to really be careful. There we go. All right. Just as I say it, I hit it. That's okay. I actually have that same color, so if I need to, I can always touch it up. So you know what I'm doing here. I think we'll go ahead and pause for now. And when I come back, when we see each other again, you'll see that it's all coated in the white, and then we'll start applying his little spots. So we'll meet back here shortly. See you in a bit.
first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a custom diamond painting pen. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 pads of wax and a custom diamond painting pen. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 cross-stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 off-canvas projects, 5 cross-stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting kit. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 standard toolkits, 6 off-canvas projects, 5 gold stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 custom drill trays, 7 standard toolkits, 6 off-canvas projects, 5 gold stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 skeins of yarn, 8 custom drill trays, 7 standard toolkits, 6 off-canvas projects, 5 cross-stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 cover minders, 9 skeins of yarn, 8 custom drill trays, 7 standard toolkits, 6 off-canvas projects, 5 cross-stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 cross-stitch patterns, 10 cover minders, 9 skeins of yarn, 8 custom drill trays, 7 standard toolkits, 6 off-canvas projects, 5 cross-stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 special drill kits, 11 cross-stitch patterns, 10 cover minders, 9 skeins of yarn, 8 custom drill trays, 7 standard toolkits, 6 off-canvas projects, 5 cross-stitch rings, 4 knitting needles, 3 Temu hauls, 2 pads of wax, and a custom diamond painting pen. Very good, honey. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hello, my friends. Debbie here with Debbie Gets Crafty. And this is our little virtual Christmas card from my family to yours. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was all dressed in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished and covered with soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me the know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and he filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he rode out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." My friends, that was The Night Before Christmas, written by Clement Clark Moore. And I would just like to give you a very heartfelt Merry Christmas from our home to yours, from Debbie, Todd, and Spoto. We certainly hope that you've enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for the next video. And I will let you go ahead and enjoy the rest of this time before the next video to stretch your legs or take a quick break. Grab yourself another cup of coffee or tea or anything that you may be enjoying right now, some breakfast, and please do enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the videos in this wonderful Christmas premiere. Happy holidays, happy crafting, and God bless.